Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
Welcome, everybody. It's that time again for another exciting episode.
You're just assuming it's exciting, dude.
I
You don't know. We could be very drab.
We could be.
I don't feel like it, though. I don't feel
think so.
drab.
I feel on today.
I just wanted to say the word drab.
Drab.
Drabby.
It is Fueled by Death Show, and welcome to all of you for joining us. We're really excited for you to be here, and we're excited to kick this show off. I am, if you're wondering,
They're not wondering.
They're not wondering. But I am the incredible Jeff.
And I'm the amazing D-Man.
And we'd love it if you guys followed us over on social media. Our social media of choice is Instagram, but we also do Facebook and Twitter. And I can't say this enough, guys. You need to follow us on Instagram because I try to give away a couple secrets every now and again, but you are the master of giving away Death Wish Coffee secrets over on Instagram.
I will do that and right up until somebody corrects me, and I'll probably still do it even then.
And it's so easy. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at John Swedish.
That's not true. But follow John Swedish, too. He posts some secrets every now and again.
Nah, he doesn't post shit. I'm at Deathwish Dustin.
That's it. That's it. If this is your first time watching the show and tuning in live, here's the drill. All you got to do is share this show and then drop a comment. Either do it now, do it throughout the show. We try to engage everybody during the show anyways and make a fun, interactive experience as we're doing the show. So comment away, and one of those comments will be picked at the end of this show, and you'll win a mug. And this week, it's our brand new industrial mug.
Yeah, dude, this thing is awesome. I mean, it's as industrial as they come.
Yeah, it's denim blue. We just released these. Congrats to everybody who got one. Got a few left kicking around, and we wanted to give one away. I mean, why not? We always like to give away one of the newer ones anyways. And for all you mug lifers out there, this is
what number is it?
Low number.
Ooh.
Super low.
Ew.
210, guys. Very, very low out of 5,000.
Ew.
So, again, all you got to do is share this feed, drop a comment, drop 10 comments, drop 100 comments. We'll pick one lucky comment at the end of the show, and you'll win this mug. We'll sign the bottom, send it right out to
I'm
you.
telling you, if somebody drops 100 comments, thanks, but I'm not picking you.
That's not true.
I'm not picking you. I'm letting you know. Don't drop 100 comments.
I like 100
But if you
comments.
drop 10, that's all right. But 100's...
I bet you can't drop 100 comments. Go. Drop 100 comments right now.
Do you even play to that shit? I don't.
I'd like to thank our good friend, Brock Powell.
BrockVox.com.
He is the voice actor behind all the voices on this show and 1,000 other out in the world. Go follow him on social media at BrockVox across all platforms. Check him out at BrockVox.com. He's got some really exciting stuff happening this year. You're not going to want to miss that.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
This week on DeathWishCoffee.com, if you type in the super special ultimate secret code Thanos, Jeff, spell Thanos for us.
That is THANOS.
That will nail you 15% off of everything. Everything on DeathWishCoffee.com, and that is because Thanos is so powerful and mighty, rules over everything, even DeathWishCoffee.com. That's why you get 15% off. That's quite a damn good deal.
It is quite a damn good deal. And if you guys don't know who Thanos is, he is the big bad, the villain of this year's blockbuster hit, Avengers Infinity War. And we talked to the guy that created it all on the podcast, and we'll show you that a little bit later in the show. But yeah, I mean, why not? If we're gonna use a code like Thanos, like, we better give away.
I always say Thanos.
It's both. You can say both. It's fine.
Oh. It depends
Thanos.
on where you're from.
Thanos, whatever.
Intergalactic.
Planetary.
By the way, that code is good until the 4th of July on Wednesday. If you use it after that, it will not work.
15% off of everything, guys. Get on it.
Science!
All right, D-Man. So science this week. Guys, we're going to space this week. So that's our science
When's
segment.
the last time we haven't gone to space?
Always.
We're always in space.
We're always in space, apparently.
We ran out of cool things that are happening on Earth, I guess.
So this week, it's finally here. Death Wish Coffee will be on the Falcon 9 rocket in the Dragon capsule heading to the ISS on Friday, 5:42 in the morning, and on June 29th. And I am going to be down there tomorrow. I'm going to be down in Florida at the NASA Kennedy Space Center, and I get to tour a lot of the facilities, some of the labs, and see like all the stuff that they're working on, get to meet all the press guys down there, and then I get to watch the launch live just from a couple miles away and see our coffee rocket into space. It's so freaking exciting.
I see you as like one of those stereotypical 1920s journalists with a stupid hat on. You got like 10 pads of paper, and you got a camera around your neck and a recorder in your hand and a phone in your other hand.
The
You're
hat
like,
that's got
can you grow coffee in space? Tell me.
The little press tag on the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, I should get that.
Oh, I'll get you that, buddy.
Awesome. This is actually the mission patch of the rocket mission, which is kind of rad. I'm gonna see if I can grift one off of some lowly scientist out there, but yeah, it'd be pretty rad.
That is cool.
But yeah, you can follow along starting tomorrow on NASA.GOV /NASALIVE. I was there almost 30 years ago.
We're on the moon?
Yeah, no, at Kennedy Space Center. This is a picture of me.
But you're on the moon there.
In 1989, yeah, on the moon with a weird-looking Earth in the background.
That spacesuit's too big for you, bro.
Yeah, super big. I think I got another photo,
Are you
too.
lifting a lot?
There I am. That's the rocket launch pad when we would launch the space shuttles. We don't even have that apparatus anymore because we have different rockets now, the SpaceX rockets. But it's so incredible to me that 30 years ago I was there as a child who just loved space and was just so excited to just go and see all that kind of stuff. And now, 30 years later, I'm going and not only going to cover it for a press-type event, but a product that I've had a hand in is literally going to the International Space Station. That's mind-blowing, guys. Mind-blowing. Again, if you didn't know about this, you can go to deathwishcoffee.com/space, and we have all of the information about everything up there. In fact, I wrote a blog that details just how to find out all the cool stuff that's happening tomorrow and Friday with the launch, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But what's cool is that not only is Death Wish Coffee going to the ISS, but a bunch of science is headed there as well. It's not just the supplies. They're also bringing up a bunch of science experiments. And there's some really, really cool ones that I wanted to talk about. The first is called the Crew Interactive Mobile Companion, or Simon.
Now they're just picking out letters from the words that they're using to come up with weird names.
They can, though. They can.
Yeah, sure. They're not so they can do whatever they want, but they're not doing it right, Jeff.
So this, Dustin, is Simon. Simon is the first ever fully functional AI unit that we're putting into space.
I don't like that.
Simon is able to hear, see, understand, speak, and fly.
No.
It is roughly spherical, has a diameter of 32 centimeters and weighs 5 kilograms. This is its predecessor. Back in the 70s, in 1978, there was a Japanese cartoon called Captain Future, and Captain Future had this flying brain that would literally help him on his space missions.
Ah.
This is basically what we're putting into space on this rocket.
I don't feel comfortable about this at all, Jeffrey.
This is what it is.
No.
Simon is...
No! Dude, look at that face! That's the face of something that goes, sorry, I cannot turn off the self-destruct mode.
Sorry, Hal. Yeah.
Sorry.
Simon is designed to support astronauts in performing routine work. For example, displaying procedures, or thanks to its neural AI and its ability to learn, offering solutions to problems. It uses Watson AI technology from the IBM cloud, and with its face, voice, and artificial intelligence, becomes a genuine colleague on board. With Simon, crew members can do more than just work through a schematic view of prescribed checklists and procedures. They can also engage with their assistant. In this way, Simon makes work easier for the astronauts when mission success and improves security. It can also serve as an early warning system for technical problems. So there's a lot of good that can come from something like this. I actually have a video from the German engineers and IBM that created this that give you a little bit more of an insight of what this project actually is.
Should I contact the ground station?
Technologie so hoch integriert auf 32 Zentimeter unterzubringen, das war halt die große Herausforderung. Eine künstliche Intelligenz wie Simon ist wichtig für die Raumstation, weil man diese komplexen Arbeiten letztendlich einfacher ausführen kann. Simon und Alexander Gerst sind wie Partner, wie Kollegen, eine Einheit.
Go on in.
Weltweit werden wir sogar die Ersten sein, die künstliche Intelligenz in der bemannten Raumfahrt verwirklichen.
Great. Let's play your favorite hits.
Yeah, that thing looks evil to me, man.
Well, what is really cool about it is that it is working specifically with German astronaut Alexander Gerst, who's up there now, and he worked with it on the ground, so he knows how to manipulate it, and it knows his face and his voice, so it knows how to interact with him from an AI standpoint, so it can learn a lot easier from Alexander. But it's going to work with all of the crew members that are up there, part of Expedition 56. It's designed to support astronauts, and what's amazing about like the way it can support is that it takes a lot of the mundane out of the day-to-day.
Oh, it automates the simple stuff.
Right. And some of what it's going to do is it's going to work with crystals and the growing of crystals, because we're constantly learning about those in zero gravity and the way that those types of things form. It's going to work with those. It's going to work with a Rubik's Cube as like a learning procedure, and it's also going to start a very small integration of flight systems and early warning systems, like that kind of thing. Because the idea is if we are going to be sending people to Mars, that's a long trip.
Yeah.
And it's science fiction. In all of science fiction, you brought it up, 2001 Space Odyssey. I'm sorry, I can't do that, Hal.
Yeah.
Or even look at Star Trek. Computer.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Or Interstellar, they had the two robots.
Gravity as well.
Yeah.
It's an ingrained thing because on a long trip, there's only so much a human can do. We have to shut ourselves down, like an AI can just be going and going and going. And this thing can move itself around. It can become part of the crew, and it can learn from where it's going. I'm with you. It is a little scary. It is that science fiction.
It's just that stupid face,
Yeah.
man. That is just, it smiles at you, and then it does, like, evil things as it smiles at you. I'm not okay with it, man.
Yeah.
They should have given it, I don't know, maybe no face. I don't know. It just seems so ominous.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
But it's interesting. And, again, what's pretty cool is that Death Wish Coffee will be fueling the astronauts as they run screaming from this artificial intelligence.
Good one, Jeff.
Oh, man. Some of the other cool science experiments that are going is another one called Eco-Stress, which sounds kind of boring, but it's really not. What it is it's going to help us better understand how much water plants need, especially in a zero-G or a less G environment, and also how they deal with stress, because when plants take in water and when they also need water or they release water, vapor or whatever, there's stress on the plant. And we don't know the parameters of exactly, the levels of stress. And we're going to need to know that, again, if we make it to Mars and we start cultivating plants on there. We're going to need to know how much can we push a plant before it dies.
Yeah.
And, you only get one shot. I mean, you saw The Martian with Matt Damon there. Potatoes, exactly. If that didn't work for him, he would have died. And it almost didn't. He blew himself up in the movie.
That was a damn good movie.
Damn good movie. So that's a cool thing that's going up there. Also, what's going up there is the new Canadarm2, or the Lee system, which will be delivered and then installed. This was actually taken out in 2017 because of faulty. It was a faulty system, and they're basically replacing it. It's one of the grapple arms that you see on the International Space Station. It helps guide spacecrafts to the space station, also moves cargo around outside of the space station, and sometimes even moves the astronauts around. In fact, our friend Nicole Stott actually was on the end of one of these arms during her spacewalk.
Dude, that's so freaky.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to be scared of heights. What is that?
Right. Right. What is that?
That's a whole new
250 miles
That's
up.
a whole new phobia we haven't really explored yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
imagine going out into space and not realizing that you have a phobia of space until you're out into space.
You go through enough training, I think, you'd realize that.
Maybe there's a thing that training that once you get there, there's nothing that simulates that, dude. I don't care what you say. Once you get there, you go, oh, I want to die now. Could you send me back home, please?
Oh, man.
I have to wait 180 days? No problem.
So all of that science, including some other science experiments, plus supplies and care packages, and some of them containing Death Wish coffee, are all heading up to the space station, flying out on June 29th. And like I said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be at NASA at the Kennedy Space Center for the whole social media event starting tomorrow on Thursday, and then also for the launch on Friday.
Is that a picture or a rendering?
It's a picture. That's outside.
Man, that looks like a rendering.
Well, maybe it is a rendering from it, but maybe
look at the fountains.
Oh yeah, maybe it is a rendering.
It's almost hard to tell though.
Yeah, it is hard to tell.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyways, if you guys want to follow along, first of all, go on over to deathwishcoffee.com /slash space.
It, buddy.
Yeah, I got it. And check out the new blog I wrote on everything you need to know about the launch, and it details every which way where you can find out what's happening. But if you want, on all social media platforms, you can follow at NASA. You can follow at NASA Social. Follow at NASA Kennedy, which is the tweets or Facebook things directly from Kennedy Space Center, or at SpaceX, because this is a SpaceX rocket. The coverage starts in the morning tomorrow on Thursday, NASA.gov /NASALIVE. 11 o'clock, there's going to be basically a NASA Live event detailing the next day's launch. I will be in the background of that somewhere.
Oh, yay!
So look for me. I will have a Death Wish coffee hat on.
Coffee!
Yeah, you'll see me. And then starting at 5:15 in the morning on Friday, that is Eastern Standard Time, on the same channel, plus on NASA Facebook, on NASA YouTube, across NASA platforms, their live will start for the live rocket launch. On top of that, Death Wish Coffee will also be live. I'm going to hopefully, as long as everything works out, do a Facebook Live directly from my viewing area as the launch is happening. And we're going to have a launch party at Death Wish HQ that I think we're going to do in some sort of live capacity, either on Facebook or Instagram as well. So there's tons of ways to experience this along with us, and it's that exciting. And like I said, June 29th, Friday, 5:42 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, SpaceX rocket is going to rocket off of the Earth on its way to the International Space Station, but it takes a little time. It takes 10 minutes to get out of our atmosphere and into orbit. The Dragon capsule is going to separate from the Falcon 9 rocket, deploy its solar shields, and then do a bunch of controlled thrusters within the next couple days to make it to the International Space Station. It won't actually dock with the International Space Station until Monday, July 2nd.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
And hopefully, because they just installed brand new HD cameras outside of the space station, we'll be able to see the Dragon 9 capsule actually dock to the space station live as well.
Perfect.
I am so excited.
I can't tell, Jeff.
I really am. I got to thank one more time the entire Death Wish Coffee community out there, because without guys like you, we wouldn't have this company. We wouldn't. If you guys didn't love the product and keep telling everybody about the product and love what we do, we wouldn't have this company. We wouldn't have opportunities to even have a podcast, let alone have an astronaut on our podcast, let alone talk about putting coffee into space with that astronaut, and then the rest is history. It's incredible.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. Thank you guys so much for everything. And like I said, we'll follow along, all the live stuff, and we'll definitely be talking about all my adventures on this show later on. All right, guys, it's time again for Death Star of the Week. And this week, Sierra and I talk with Lisa Wallarab. Lisa's been a fan of the company for a very long time. Deathwish Coffee fuels her in her 9-to-5, doing some crazy stuff. And she's got just this infectious, great attitude. Once again, if you're not a fan of the official Deathwish Coffee Company community page over on Facebook, get over there because that's the best way to meet these people. But even better is to meet them right here on this segment, Death Star of the Week. So if you've never met Lisa, you're about to meet her right now.
Yeah. Where are you from?
So I am originally from Davenport, Iowa. I live in a place called the Quad Cities. It's a collection of about 5 or 6 cities all put together. It's kind of a metro area. We're about 2 hours from Chicago. But I moved across the river. I'm now in Rock Island, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
But I drive across the bridge and still work in Davenport every day.
Cool.
That's awesome.
But I'm proud to be a part of the Quad Cities. We've got a lot of things here to check out. So it's a pretty cool area. We have a pretty cool ballpark that won best AAA ball stadium in America. We won best ice cream in America. I mean, we've got some pretty cool stuff here.
That's awesome. And so one of the questions that we ask everybody on the show too is, you obviously love Deathwish Coffee, and Deathwish Coffee is fueling you. But what does it fuel you to do? What's your 9-to-5?
I grind it out in a factory every day. I have to have my Deathwish, man, and my assembly line is very disappointed in me if I don't have my Deathwish for the day. So for the last few years, it's been Deathwish every day, and we grind it out on an assembly line. We build industrial seating for combines. So
Whoa.
Yeah, and I take my Deathwish and I share it with the crew.
Nice. You gotta.
Rock on too. So I actually took a big bag and gave it to a newbie today.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Share love.
You've been a fan of this company for a while, but I gotta ask, what was the first instance that you heard about Deathwish Coffee?
Dude, it was that it was the ABC skit where they were drinking it on that
Good Morning America.
The Good Morning America, was that it?
Yeah.
They were all chilling, drinking it on the Good Morning America, and the one guy was just loving it. I was new to the factory life, new mom. I'm like, they said 200% caffeine. I gotta have it. And I searched it out. I went on Amazon, and I was just buy on the fly, and it was a had to have.
Nice. Did the trick.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what's your daily brew method? Do you drink it black? Do you put some stuff in there? What do you like?
I tried black. I really did, because, I tried the healthy way to go, but have to have a dash of cream, dash of stevia.
Yeah.
I'm a Ninja Coffee Bar. It's the next step from Chemex. I do have a Chemex. I will do that on the weekends when I have time.
Yeah.
So why not? But I upgraded from Keurig. I donated that to a family member.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with a Keurig when you have one.
Yeah.
But Ninja Coffee Bar and Keurig and Chemex when I have time.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, we love to hear about people's brewing methods because there's so many different ways to enjoy coffee. We hope at Deathwish that we can allow you to enjoy it which way you want.
The only wrong way to drink coffee is decaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. That should be our new tagline. So I see this mountain of mugs behind you, which is awesome. What was the first mug in your collection?
The first mug in my collection was a trade I did with Johnny Duke Sizemore.
Nice.
He sent me 2 in one box. It was the Horny Devil and the Mardi Gras.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So out of your big collection then, what's your favorite?
My favorite...
It doesn't have to be a Deathwish mug.
My favorite medallion is the IPA.
Aha, yeah.
How he has beans for tea.
Yeah.
My favorite mug is the Larry.
Ah, that's a great one. I love that one.
I love the big tankards, so I don't have to go back to the pot.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. I love it. Okay, so, you know, you are one of the biggest ambassadors we have for this company. You're always shouting out on the official page there over on Facebook, and you're one of the admins, and that's why I wanted to introduce you to
I'm
our...
actually not an admin.
You're not? I thought you were.
I'm not admin.
Get on an official page. She needs to be an admin. But one of the reasons why I thought you were is because you're so active, you're so like ingrained in our community that you've taken it upon yourself to wish every single person who exists a happy birthday.
I tried to.
How do you juggle that? That's incredible. It's a new meme every day, sometimes 2 or 3 a day.
I try to. It's everybody's birthday should be a special day to them. You know, we might be the only people to wish that person a happy birthday.
Yeah.
So put a little effort in, you know.
Yeah.
I believe coffee is a poor man's gold. This community has become a wandering man's family.
Aw, I like that.
So,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Well, I mean, we can't appreciate enough for doing that, because it just, I love turning on my Facebook all the time and seeing whose birthday it is and the new meme that you make.
you know, we use this community. We come here to get away from the crap elsewhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We come here to share our coffee stories, to share our brew methods, to bring the positivity.
Yeah.
You know, get away from the crap.
Yes, exactly.
Come here and post a mugshot. Share the love.
Yeah.
Keep it positive.
Yeah.
And that's what coffee is. Coffee is to bring you up.
Yeah.
And I started the term mugs up to keep it positive.
Well,
We definitely use that here.
yeah.
Exactly. Keep mugs up. Keep the caffeine up. Keep life up. Stay happy, because you know what? You just never know what's around the next corner.
Yeah, I
That's
love
true.
that.
That's true. Finally, speaking about what's around the next corner, you've been a fan of this company for so long, and you've seen us do a lot of stuff, whether it's the merchandise we make or the events we sponsor. Is there anything that we haven't tried yet that you'd like to see, whether it might be a mug idea or an event?
I need my lady mug.
Lady mug, yeah. Yeah, well, I can definitely tell you, and I know that there's been lots of chatter about this, that we did pull back on the Flag Day mug with Lady Liberty this year, but we're working on
You know, and it's okay. I understand.
yeah, and we're going to work on that and come out with that next year, so we definitely have that one in the pike. But I know there's some surprises coming around the corner, too, so I think you'll be pretty happy.
If you could see any lady figure on a mug, who would it be?
Yeah, people say that some have been lady figures, but and not like we need a ponytail, but us hardcore women, we're out here doing it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Would there be a historical figure, or maybe like a figure from literature or fantasy or something, a woman that you'd want to see us feature?
There are dozens of us that stand behind Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Rosie,
Yeah.
I can totally stand behind Rosie. I'm one of the women.
That's true. That's true.
This just, and the guys got it too. But there's plenty of guy mugs that are holding the Vikings down.
Right.
Yeah, it's time.
We should do
A
girl
Valkyrie.
Viking.
A Valkyrie,
A
maybe?
Valkyrie. That'd be fun.
I've been behind the Golden Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be
Bring her
cool.
on.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's people like you that we love to talk to because of the positivity that you bring to the community, and it makes us
Gotta even things out. There's too much negativity.
There really
You gotta
is.
even things out.
and it makes us feel good that you like our little product so much that you want to tell people about it. And
I do. I spread the love.
That's so
You
awesome.
know, and not that there are others out there, but I will always love my Death Wish. It's been a part of my life for so many years. My daughter's grown up on it. She's my baby barista. Man. She knows all about it.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Well,
we chipped in and did charity work for the Run Dead,
Yeah.
bake sale. It's been a part of our life ever since she's been around. So
awesome.
I'm very proud of it.
Awesome. Well, I'll leave you with this. We've got some big stuff planned for this year's Run Dead. There's some changes happening and some fun stuff that's going to be cool that can't actually talk about yet, but we're
always behind it.
Really excited about that, and we thank you for your support on that. And I can't thank you enough for calling in and being on the show.
I'm honored that you asked. Very honored.
Well, it was an absolute joy to talk with you today.
Cool. Thanks, guys. And hey, mugs up in space.
Mugs
Up
up.
in space.
Yes.
Excellent.
The Fueled by Death guest.
All right, D-Man. I've been wanting to talk with Jim Starlin on the show since we met him a couple years ago at New York Comic Con.
Look at this classy bastard.
That's the photo right there. Yeah.
I remember the rest of the photo because it looks. You see, there's
a separate photo, and I'll put that in the show as well with you and Kane and Ron Mars and Paul Harding and Jim.
And it looks like a boy band.
Yeah, and we're all hanging out. Actually, I took the photo. We're all hanging out behind the truck at New York Comic Con. It was the first year we brought the Death Wish coffee truck down there. But Jim Starlin is a freaking legend in the comic book community.
He's a legend outside of the comic book community.
Totally. He's a double threat. He's a writer and an artist, and he's done some incredible stuff, including creating some of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Both Drax and Gamora are his characters, and the big bad of the Avengers universe right now on the screen and in the comic books, Thanos.
And also the pinnacle of why everything's happening. He created the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
Which is the reason why all the Marvel movies are happening. It's pretty intense. This guy is the mastermind of everything evil behind everything that you see in the Marvel universe today.
It's awesome. And on top of that, right now, he's got a really cool Kickstarter going on with our good friends, actually, over at Ominous Press, the same press that puts out our own comic book. And that Kickstarter will get you 2 incredible books from Jim, one being a novel that he illustrated, all set in his trademark sci-fi space epic, incredible theater called Mind Games. And the other is the Black Book, The Art of Jim Starlin, which is a ton of art that the world has never seen. Variant covers, some splash pages that just never made it to print. All sorts of cool stuff. We talk about that. We talk about the creation of Thanos and all this other stuff. And we talk about even him. He worked for DC for a while, creating one of the most iconic stories ever for Batman, A Death in the Family.
Probably the most iconic Batman.
There's ones that would argue with that, but it's up there for sure. And it's what an incredible conversation for fans of comic books or comic book movies. This episode you don't want to miss. And I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of tomorrow's brand new podcast with Jim Starlin right here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole Infinity Gauntlet and as a creation, because I'm always curious especially from a writer's side and a perspective, when you came up with the character of Thanos and then also the Infinity Gauntlet, did you have that fleshed out as a MacGuffin, like in your stories right from the beginning, or did it kind of coalesce as you fleshed that character out through all the stories you got to write with him?
Definitely fleshed out. I mean, there was at least 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer, between the first Thanos story and the Gauntlet. I would have had to be really slow to take it that long. But most of the time, at the early days of Marvel, they would let you pretty well run because they didn't have enough editors to interfere with you at this point. So when Roy Thomas was an editor, I would come in there and he would say, "What do you want to do with Captain Marvel?" And I say, "Super Scroll," and he'd go. And that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we had a story conference like that one time.
Wow.
And he had enough sense to know if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Captain Marvel and later on Warlock were doing well. So where did they come from? Thanos came out of a psych class in junior college after I got out of the service. A lecturer speaking on the Freudian concepts of Thanos and Eros. Mm-hmm. I took to the dark side, of course.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
The Infinity Gauntlet, on the other hand, I had thrown in and added some extra Infinity Stones along the way in one of the Avenger annual, I think it was, and it was just like a little throwaway thing that 2 or 3 panels it was mentioned in, and it was used for something else.
Happy birthday! Surprise! I'm naked.
All right, D-Man, it's birthday time, and we got a couple really good ones this week. 2 actually on Thursday, June 28th, and the first one, it's like serendipity.
The stars have aligned,
I
Jeffrey.
can't believe it. Thursday, June 28th, turning 47 years old, Mr. Elon Musk himself. And our coffee is about to skyrocket to the International Space Station on one of his rockets, on a SpaceX rocket.
It's crazy.
How crazy is that?
Are you going to freak out if you see him?
I would. He won't be there. He'll probably be at the SpaceX facility in California, I would think.
Really? He wouldn't be there for the launch?
They have mission control there as well.
Ew.
Yeah. In the world of the internet and amazing, stuff, there's mission control. Like, they do it in Houston, in Florida, and in Cali, too. Just, checks and balances and all that stuff. So I'm sure he'll be at his own facility, which is great.
If he was there, would you
Oh, my
freak
God.
out?
I would kidnap him.
Would you? Don't say things like that.
Don't say things like that. No, I really want to talk to you, Elon, and someday it's going to happen.
Whether you like it or not.
But a happy birthday to him on Thursday, June 28th. I do want to say, speaking of our guest on the podcast this week, Mr. Jim Starlin, who is a huge proponent of the Marvel Universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, did you know that Elon Musk is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well? No. Blink if you miss it cameo in Iron Man 2. When Tony Stark and Pepper Potts were at a fundraiser dinner, they walk by a table, and she goes, "Oh, Elon!" And they talk about an electric car he's building. And it's literally a blink or you miss a cameo, but there he is.
Look at him all young and shit.
Yeah,
How long ago was
Iron Man
that?
2 was 2010, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was shot in 2009 probably-esque, or
That's
around
so
there.
cool.
Yeah, but so he's canon in the Marvel Universe, so that's kind of fun. Also, though, on Thursday, June 28th, turning a very young 92 years old, probably one of the funniest men to ever live, Mel Brooks. I just absolutely love everything this guy has done.
He has a Schwartz.
Oh, my God. I mean, I can think of the times when I first saw, like, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
My favorite one, hands down.
Blazing Saddles.
Spaceballs.
Iconically Spaceballs. And I have the character. He played a couple characters in Spaceballs.
Yogurt.
But there's Yogurt, his Yoda character. But man, so funny, so smart. Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I mean, the producers. The list goes on and on. If you guys have never seen a Mel Brooks movie, get on it. And he's still kicking. He's still hilarious. Still doing his thing. We are a better world because people like Mel Brooks existed. For sure.
Was that an Emmy he was holding?
Yeah.
That looks so familiar. I was just holding one the other day.
Oh.
I know what an Emmy looks like. I was just holding one.
Oh, man. On Saturday, June 30th, metal singer Phil Anselmo is turning 50 years old. That makes me feel old.
That makes you feel old?
Yeah. Yeah, because
makes you feel old.
Phil old. I get it. I get it. Phil is the iconic singer of bands like Down, Superjoint Ritual, and of course Pantera. And I got a photo of Pantera back in their heyday. I do have to say I was saddened to hear of the passing of drummer Vinnie Paul. I got the chance to interview him for a job before this job when I was doing a lot of music interviews and reviews, and he was so gracious, so kind to talk to me. And I was such a fan of his brother, Dimebag, and we talked about Dime a lot. And it's sad. I learned today, actually, that he died of a heart attack in his sleep.
Oh, really?
And
well, if there's any way to go, that's the way to go.
Yeah,
I think.
Really, really sad. But but on a happier note, a happy birthday to Phil. And I hope he keeps kicking ass, singing metal music, because he's got one of those voices that nobody else does, for sure. And finally, in birthdays this week, Tuesday, July 3rd, the very funny, very talented Yeardley Smith. You might not know her face, but you definitely know her
Bart
voice.
Simpson.
Close. Lisa Simpson. That's her. She's done a lot of voice acting for various shows out there, various animated shows. But obviously, the thing that she is the most widely known for 29 freaking seasons, she has been the daughter of Homer Simpson, the older daughter of Homer Simpson, Lisa Simpson there. So she'll be celebrating her birthday on July 3rd. So a happy birthday to everybody. Now let's get to the roast.
I smell a roast.
Now, I want to open this up to my personal account of what we're roasting. And today we're roasting fake martial arts.
Wait, and I've got the perfect picture for fake martial arts. Here we go. Fake.
Just like that. And so I've been in martial arts my entire life.
Yes.
And I've always tried to find the most legitimate school to practice in. And I remember back in the day there was a martial arts convention at Skidmore College.
Okay, which is the local college around here, local university.
And in this, you get to pick which classes you go to and try out different martial arts. And they're all very cool, all local guys. And I remember at the end, everybody was going to this one class because it was the last class of the day. And it was this guy who was teaching Aikido.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know, Aikido is the form of martial arts. If you've ever seen a Steven Seagal movie, that's Aikido. And
Aikido is
real, right?
Yeah, well, Aikido was meant to deal with somebody with a sword when you've got nothing. Right? So somebody's coming at you with a sword, and you see it coming.
Right.
And you're able
to have this type of martial arts to be able to deal with that situation.
But you see, Aikido's gotten watered down, and they kind of tried to make it applicable towards hand-to-hand combat.
I.e. Steven Seagal.
Yeah. And I'm watching this guy, and he's teaching this class, and all of his students are coming at him like this. They're running at him. He's like, okay, throw a punch at me. And he runs at him with his hand out. And he's like, and then you throw him like this. And it looked, and he's teaching all these different things. And it looked,
that's how fights work.
Yeah, it looked very insufficient to be able to protect yourself. And at that time, my sensei, he was always against this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I decided to speak up. Because he's teaching how to get out of all these holds that you'd never seen in your life.
Right.
And I was like, well, dude, what if somebody puts you in a headlock? And he goes, well, why don't you come up here and put me in a headlock?
Uh-oh. I wish this was on tape.
And it probably is somewhere. And I've always been taught to, if you're going to teach somebody to get out of something, you really put it on.
Right.
Right?
Right.
As I remember him being a very tall man, and I had to like jump to put him in this headlock. And he's going on, and he can't get out of this headlock. Like, to the point where I feel embarrassed for him.
Right.
And I let go, and just like all of his students probably did, just played along, right?
Right.
But at that point, it was so embarrassing for everybody, and that was like the end of the class. And in the locker room, his students are giving me shit.
Right.
About how I'm not being respectful. This is the kind of thinking that lets these people practice these fake martial arts, to take money from people who are trying to learn to defend themselves, but are really just learning a bunch of bullshit.
I agree. And before we go any further, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of clips as we're going with this roast. But the first one I want to show you before we start talking about it. This is a very famous clip. If you have not seen this on YouTube, it is a style called the no-touch KO method.
Love it.
And this guy made the rounds of this because, as you can see in this video, and I'll play you just a couple clips of this video, you can see in this video that he's very confident that this will work. And spoiler alert, it doesn't.
It's time for a showdown. In one corner, weighing in at no more than 125 pounds, is chemist Luigi Garnaschelli. He thinks he can stand up to a knockout punch of chi because it doesn't exist.
In fact, when we did the test on Luigi, he was not ready to believe these things.
I don't know if I should say that on film, but if the guy had his tongue in the wrong position of the mouth, that can also nullify it.
And we see this stuff all the time where as soon as this master practices his martial art and somebody unwilling to play his game is like, oh, well, this and this isn't in place, or, it's not quite the condition. Listen, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
If you couldn't get it to work on somebody unwilling to play your game, it's bullshit.
You're telling me my tongue's not in the right position, so you can't. I can't get KO'd.
Oh,
Come on.
You know what hurts more than anything is to watch the students play along with this.
And again, and here's another example, and I'm going to play this while we're watching it with you. Here's another example from a site that actually D-Man turned me on to that you all should see. I'm going to put it up right here. It's at McDojo Life on Instagram, and it is just one of those Instagram sites that just compiles all of these videos. And if you're ever, bored or you're down in the dumps, honest to God, this is the one to just put up some videos. You'll be laughing in no time, I promise. But here's one, again, showing that same no-touch KO method, but really showing you the way that the people buy into this. And this is what really gets me about this, is that this guy is basically showing...
Oh, he got him. He got him good, Jeff. Did you see that?
They're playing it. They're playing it out. I mean...
It really hurts to watch these people participate in this.
And they paid for this. Like you said, they probably paid good money.
Did you hear the one girl laugh at the end? That was pretty funny. Oh, my God. Get the hell out of here.
Woof.
What is
He didn't even touch him.
Whoa!
What was that?
Seriously.
What was that? Wow.
These people can't actually believe this is happening to them.
Wow.
That one girl just, she's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Oh,
wow.
Oh, my hands. Ow, my hands.
Wow. Like, okay, so what gets me is that, like you said, I think this is dangerous. I think this is instilling in people this false sense of confidence, this false sense of bravado that they paid good money for. So they think they can go out and I know martial arts now, and then what's inevitably going to happen?
They're going to get their face busted in.
Or somebody is just going to be like, well, in the same situation you experience, is going to be like, well, what if I did this to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in a real life situation, this no touch method is not going to work. I'm not shitting on chi. I'm not shitting on this internal energy. That is a religion. That is a faith, and there is something to that. But I definitely do not believe that you can channel it into a martial arts like Iron Fist in the comics.
Especially if you're some fat old white guy. I'm sorry not to be yelling out typicals of what this looks like, but it's always some fat old white guy teaching some no-touch martial art method. It blows my mind.
It blows my mind
They're
too.
con artists.
Here's another one.
Oh, I love this one.
That is again the no-touch artist, and again it's the same kind of thing. So this guy is basically doing this with an MMA guy. And he's proving to him that his no-touch method will work. The MMA guy is the guy in white. The guy who's the no-touch guy is the guy in black. And as you can see, we'll see exactly how this works. He got slapped by the other guy. Or I got it wrong. The MMA guy was the one in black. I'm sorry about that. But as you can, literally punched him in the face because he's got training, whereas the guy in white is just trying to...
No, he's just got to get his chi together. Hold on, Jeff.
He's going to try it again.
He's got his chi.
They're doing it from their knees, too.
It'll work this time.
That is painful to watch.
Listen, he just didn't have his chi together, bro.
That is painful to watch. There's another clip out there that actually you brought up of a master, right? That was a no-touch master that challenged him, an MMA guy.
No, what this is, he was a Tai Chi master. In China.
Uh-huh.
And Tai Chi is this very slow...
Again, real martial art.
And Tai Chi is great, but not for hand-to-hand actual combat.
Right.
And so this guy put up a challenge that nobody could beat him.
$5,000.
Right.
Yeah.
And this amateur Chinese mixed martial artist was like, I'll punch the guy in the face. And he does. He clocks him right in the nose.
Same kind of thing you just saw, but it was in a ring with students all around it. The video's terrible, but it is out there if you want to look for it. But yes, he clocks the guy who says, oh, my chi's going to, save me, in the face. And the guy's immediately surprised.
He's like, why'd you hit me? It's amazing.
The end of this story is terrible, though.
Yeah, well, essentially the Chinese people and the Chinese government shunned this amateur mixed martial artist for defaming a well-practiced martial art in China. But it's like, dude, you got your priorities wrong there. The whole country's fixated on this martial art that's, yeah, Tai Chi's great for a lot of things.
Yes.
Not for defending yourself against a giant mixed martial artist who's going to punch you right in the nose.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And I just, again, there is something to be said for instilling confidence in people. But instilling confidence in the wrong way, especially after taking their money, is a pyramid scheme, basically, you know?
Also, it's the difference between confidence and bravado. Confidence comes from long hours, hard practice, hard work, technique.
Yeah.
None of these things are happening here. Everybody's trying to find a shortcut, and this is what you get. You get people throwing luggages on people's arms, trying to, Jeff, show him. This one's real. This one's real.
This is a real clip, again, from McDojo Life. This is why I know about this, because this was going around the office because everybody was like, oh, my God, this looks like Jeff.
That's right. I forgot about
it. It kind of looks like me, I guess. I don't know. But this is real, guys. This isn't like, a Funny or Die sketch. This is a guy trying to prove that he can teach you how to fight with your luggage.
You better be buying expensive luggage, by the way.
Yeah, because this is a nice piece of luggage.
Oh, what are you going to do from there? Oh. Dude, I swear to God I could get out of that. Look at that. Bar's already bending already.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that luggage isn't going to stop me there. And it was also very slowly put down on his foot. This is my favorite. Haha, what are you going to do now? There's luggage on your arm.
Dude, if you could pick up luggage fast enough to thread it through somebody's punch.
Hit him with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like swing it at him.
What are you doing using luggage? Oh, wait, no, no, I love the finger lock he does.
That's coming up, I think, right?
Yup.
Nice and slow.
What is it? He didn't even use he used it to trip him.
Now, he used it to trip him now. Yep, there it is. Finger lock.
Guy sounds like he should be narrating a hunting show.
Incredible.
And it's just that easy.
I didn't know. Again, that first clip that we showed you guys, I'd seen that before. That's famous on YouTube. That guy, I think it was on Tosh.0. I think it was all over the place. It was a famous viral clip. A lot of these, I had no idea that there was an epidemic of crazy fake martial arts out there that are fleecing people for money and making them think that they can stop people with their chi.
It's crazy. Listen, if you're practicing in this martial art that's like this, and you're realizing now that you've been playing along in this con artist game, you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing the people around you any favors. You're not doing this guy a favor. Just think about what you're doing and just stop.
Hang up the luggage, guys.
Hang up the luggage.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
Alrighty, D-Man. We got some new t-shirts coming.
Oh, before that, we have started a new Death Wish dojo.
Oh, okay.
If you want to find out how to defend yourself by drinking too much coffee.
Ooh, and defend yourself by throwing coffee beans.
Yeah, no, it's you actually use grounds and you blow it in their face like a ninja powder.
This actually is starting to sound like something. I'm gonna sign up for this, I think.
You just reach in your
oh man.
We told you a lot of apparel's coming, and we're coming out with the Death Wish gi.
We should.
Yeah, I guess.
We should. Why not?
Sure.
But we got a couple shirts coming out. One that's coming in a little bit. That's not coming immediately soon. But we're really excited about. We did a very small run back in the day, and we're doing it again. The Black Coffee Master of Vitality shirt.
I can't wait to get this shirt for myself.
Me too. Me too. I'm so jealous of all of you who have it out there. The very few of you that do. But I've seen it. Johnny Duke, I'm looking at you. I'm really jealous. I cannot wait to own one for myself. But if you checked out our contest page or our Facebook Live on Friday last week, you might have seen our brand new shirt coming out tomorrow. There it is.
Look at that. Beautiful. It's not
right
black.
here.
Can you believe that?
I know.
It's our only not black shirt.
Not only is this on the back, which is so rad, designed by, of course, Thomas Dragonetti, But it's a pocket tee, guys. There it is. Nice little logo on the pocket tee. I'm really excited about this shirt.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
pretty.
one of my
it's
new
pretty
favorites.
awesome.
Again, you know why? Because it isn't black.
Really, I can't wear a white shirt.
Me either, because I'm surprised. I've been holding this now for about 30 seconds, and there's no mustard on it yet. I have an uncanny ability to get mustard on a white shirt no matter where I am.
I have an uncanny ability to sweat through any shirt that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And if it's not black, it shows.
Yeah.
And something like that. Oh, and then it turns yellow. It's really gross. I'm Sicilian. I can't help it, people. Ugh.
I wanted to let you guys know, though, too, I just mentioned it briefly. Go over to deathwishcoffee.com/contests. That's where all of our contests run. We update them every single week. You can win coffee for a month. You can win all sorts of different prizes and prize packs. And for the last couple weeks, we've been running this contest, and it ends on Friday, and that's our space contest, guys. You're going to win the wood carving that we laser etched. I have it, actually.
Get it, Jeff. Get that laser etching like your life depended on it. You're not hustling enough.
Here it is.
It's probably because your
This
shoe's
guy.
untied
It
like
is.
a 5-year-old.
It is. It's right here, which is rad. So you're going to win this, which is really cool. And this is the actual design of our upcoming Space Oddity mug. And that's right here. And I'll put a picture of it up so you guys can see it better. But what's very interesting about this, and I want you guys to understand
It's huge.
It's huge. This thing, like, look at this next to this. And
Think
it's just a
about how
normal mug.
much chili you could get in there.
I love this guy. But what's interesting about this mug is a couple things. First of all, this is not going to be our next mug release. This is going to be this year, but we got some surprises in store for you guys that you guys are going to be so excited about before this mug hits. But because of us heading to space, we wanted to give you guys a chance to win one before they were even produced. And what's incredible is there's no number on the bottom of this. This is literally a run of only a couple that we produced for the contest that you'll only be able to get that doesn't even exist in the normal run, which means this color scheme you're seeing isn't the final color scheme.
Yeah,
either.
we're still working out a few things, a few final touches on the color scheme to make it more galactic, so to
Yes.
speak. So we're definitely revising a couple things, but that makes this even more one of a kind.
Of course. And not only that, you're going to win a pack of the coffee that is exactly the same type of pack of coffee that's going to the International Space Station. This is the freeze-dried coffee that's going up there. You'll win this and some other goodies, including some seafood gumbo.
Oh, it's so gross.
A lot of people are excited about this. You'll be
Really?
able to get this seafood gumbo and
You could squeeze it in your galactic mug,
squeeze it into your
slurp
mug
it down.
and eat it, but you'll be able to get all that kind of stuff. And again, deathwishcoffee.com/contest.
How good do you think this? How long do you think this stays good for?
I have no idea. I don't know. I would suggest maybe not eating it and just saving it.
It's not chunky at all. That's the thing
Yeah.
that worries me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really freeze dried. Although it is.
I found a chunk. Oh, it's so gross.
Oh man. So yeah, you got a chance. You got your final chance to do that, guys. The contest ends, I believe, sometime in the morning after the rocket leaves the Earth. Is basically when the contest ends, and we'll announce the winners, and you'll be able to get those prizes, including this freaking rare one-of-a-kind mug, two-of-a-kind mug. It's so cool, guys. And speaking of space, like I said before, just one last time, I'm going to be down in NASA Kennedy Space Center tomorrow for the whole social event. Follow NASA, follow SpaceX, follow Deathwish Coffee for updates, photos, videos, Facebook Lives, all that kind of stuff, including NASA.GOV/NASALIVE for some NASA Lives. We're going to be doing all sorts of cool things tomorrow, and then at 5:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying Deathwish Coffee is heading to the International Space Station. I'll be there live, hopefully putting that out on Facebook Live. We're also going to have a party here at Deathwish HQ to celebrate our coffee going into space, and it's just going to be so exciting. And hopefully all of the cool stuff that I get to experience and do while I'm down in Florida, we'll be able to put together, and I'll be able to kind of share with you, D-Man, and we'll do maybe a special episode of Fueled by Deathcast with that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, how much else could we talk about other than going to space, right? We're going to space.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, you got something to say?
I always have something to say, Jeff.
Are you gonna spill something right now?
No, I'll hold back
All
for
right.
now.
All right, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. Tune in next week for another update and more cool stuff from Death Wish Coffee.
Cheers.
That's the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love that you guys are enjoying the show, that you're commenting, that you're sharing. One final time, any of those comments that are in those comments, we're going to pick one lucky winner as soon as we sign off here, and you're going to win this mug. It's our industrial mug that just came out. D-Man and myself will sign the bottom and send it right out to you. And like I said, follow all of those social media things for the space launch. If you want a complete list of everything, go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/space. You'll be able to find that blog on everything that is about the launch on Friday and what I'll be doing when I'm down there. And tune in tomorrow for one of the coolest conversations about comic books ever with Jim Starlin.
We're doing so much in space, it's crazy.
It is.
We're just intergalactic.
I know. We talk about space with him because he created Thanos and other space characters. And it's so much fun to talk with him about all those things. And for fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the comic book universe, you guys aren't going to want to miss this episode. So check that out. One final time, you can follow us on social media, obviously at Death Wish Coffee for all things related to Death Wish Coffee. But I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Death Wish Coffee Mike.
Death Wish Dustin. Thanks one more time for watching, guys, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.